Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Andrea. I really like the selection of the playlist into the scenes.
You saw Radiohead, Kid Dracula?
Yeah, I've never respected actually, but at the beginning I was like, is that Radiohead? Yes, that's Tom York, but this is what? So yeah, I was wondering the entire movie, so it was cool.
Good.
Hi, my name is Ashim. I've never seen a Solid movie before, so it was a very unique experience watching that, especially with the very trance-like music. It was a very fun experience.
You enjoyed it?
Yes.
Good.
Hi, my name is Esther. We just popped here by a casualty, I guess. We ran into this place and Andrea told us like, oh my god, when I came first time here in Toronto, this place was still here like 10 years ago. So we're like, okay, let's try it, and this is just amazing. Like,
yeah, it's been here for at least 10 years, because
Yeah.
I remember that. 2005, the same house.
So yeah, it's been just like fantastic, you know, like this is what we were looking for.
Good.
And it found us, so it's amazing.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually.
Yeah.
My name is Ronaldo. I arrived in Toronto 5 days ago, and I look for a place like this, and it's amazing. Sorry, my English is very bad.
English is fine.
You're good.
You're good.
I don't know say more, but sorry.
Tudo bem?
I can't now.
Say it in Portuguese, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll find a way, yeah.
Bom, eu queria achar coisa assim, como esse lugar. Perguntei para outras pessoas se tinha. Eu vi papel. I see the paper in the street, and I take the wrong streetcar, and I look the a beer,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, yeah, it's there, it's around here, and I look the house. Oh yeah, it's there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I love it, and I come here again.
Good.
We all.
Hi, my name is Miriam. I came here because of him. He told me, Miriam, I want to find something like this, and okay, I didn't know about this kind of movie. Well, I knew, but I haven't watched it. So it's amazing because you mix music with the movie. So
Yeah.
I
So
like
how
so
old is this movie? Dracula.
1922.
1920s. Nice.
Yeah.
Is it the original Nosferatu, or why is it called Kid Dracula?
No, it's called Nosferatu.
Yeah, right. Because I've seen clips of Nosferatu, like the
Mm.
movie, but when you told us it was Kid Dracula, I was like, okay, I've never heard about this movie before. And then some random clips that I remember popped in, so I was like, oh my god! Actually, the mixture with the Radiohead music is just like it's the perfect blend of
Yeah.
experience.
You wouldn't think that it's the perfect blend.
Yeah,
actually,
exactly.
It's like you would think Radiohead, and then Dracula. It's like okay, it's not very dark.
Yeah, but it worked,
yeah,
right?
but it worked
Yeah.
perfectly. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
nice mood for a
Nice
song
work.
with
It
every
was
scene.
genial. Like wow.
I think like the original music could have been something more like classical. Maybe that's what they may have shown, you know, in 1928 or.
I didn't
or the
even
year
wonder.
that you-
I was like, having so much.
But yeah,
fun.
the trance, like I call it trance. I don't know what the heck it's called. That music makes it very different, and it's. I was honestly, I was like napping at certain points, but then I woke up again and I was like, whoa, this is nice.
And it made the movie darker because Nosferatu it has like a comedy mood, right? But with that ambientation, it completely changed the purpose. So it's amazing.
You want to see Metropolis Tuesday.
Sure.
I'm showing Fritz Lang's Metropolis on Tuesday, and I scored that. And that mixes Bach and industrial and Kraftwerk and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes all at once.
Oh,
Back,
because
Johann
it's-
Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, in a city we hear sound constantly layered on sound and sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we hear music layered on music, and I wanted to reflect a city in the score. It's also keyed subjectively. It's a much more difficult film to score than this one, because there's much more happening all the time on the screen. And then when the robot dances, she does this. Fritz Lang got this 16-year-old girl he saw selling berries and milk at the gate to her father's farm and brought her to Berlin to play the lead female part in the movie. She has to play Maria, who's a good girl, and then the robot Maria, who's the ultimate bad girl, anti-Maria. And she has to do a cooch dance when she's perfected as the anti-Maria. That's just incredible. But the music has to rise to the occasion.
Exactly.
What I do is I look at the film silent the first time I see it, and then I put it away, and I look at it again silent. But the second time I look at it, the movie tells me what it wants. I've got it in my head.
When you're watching it in silent, you get the songs in your head. You're like,
I get a
this
sound.
song
I get a sound, and then I start
Okay.
listening for stuff that sounds like the sound that I heard. Then I begin to put together.
from the emotion, right? So
Yeah.
you really you have to see it like very raw in your senses.
It's like a computer. You get the information in,
Exactly.
and then you start to work with that information and develop it. But each film has its own voice. You look at the scenes. What does the scene say it needs?
Exactly.
You know, and then I go for that.
Yes.
It's what used to do. It's what composers used to do.
What others have you done?
All sorts. I've done a ton of them.
That's why.
All different.
So this is the concept of this.
I do all kinds of things here. In October, I'm bringing a woman named Nancy Avery Arkley to Toronto, and her father was Tex Avery, who's the guy at Warner Brothers who set the Warner Brothers style of cartoon, in which Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd were introduced.
Wow.
And he died in 1980, and she's been on my Facebook page for I think 3 years now. And I said, "What's your relationship to Tex Avery?" And she said, "I'm his daughter."
Wow.
I said, "Oh, then I got to bring you to Toronto." So
course.
she's coming.
What is she gonna do here?
I'm trying to help her get money to make a documentary on her father. So essentially, she's going to sign autographs for $100 an autograph.
Nice.
And the event itself will be free.
Is that gonna be here?
It's going to be here and around the city as well.
That's awesome.
Then I'm going to want to take her on tour and get her other places as well.
Brilliant.
Like, I don't believe in borrowing money. If you can raise it yourself, why should you borrow it?
She doesn't need to. Like,
No.
she has a name already.
Yeah.
You can get advantage of that.
Yeah. Build with that, yeah.
Yeah.
But she was working with another fellow who was, it turned out he was bullying her. And I've had more than my fair experience with bullies. I just said, drop him. You don't need this in your life. Just drop him.
Wow.
And,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, one day I was walking along late at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, and walking along the street, and I saw a woman being bullied by her boyfriend. And I said, "You don't need this." And she says, "I'm not going home." I said, "You don't have to go home, but my God, if you went to the market and you picked up a rotten tomato, you wouldn't buy it." And she looked at me like,
Story.
she didn't realize that she had choice.
Yeah.
People think that if you love someone, if someone loves you, I don't know where this comes from. I mean, come on, be real. You got one life, and why make it terrible?
Yeah.
You let yourself be treated badly, you'll be treated badly all your life.
The idealistic thing.
We all meet people who treat us badly. I just walk away from them.
Yeah, but it's different, the ideal of a love versus the actual fact, right? Versus like maybe you're idealizing that person. That doesn't mean that's the whole panorama. Like that's not what it's outside the cave, right? You're seeing like the shadows. So. Yeah,
The
it's-
reality of living with
Yeah, exactly.
that love. It's not always pretty.
Mhm.
It's not always pretty.
Well, people, basically, this is the first time when we've been brainwashed like no tomorrow by television shows and movies,
Exactly.
which give us these idealized notions of what a relationship is,
What it should be.
and none of them are real, and people don't realize that. I
Yeah.
think.
You cannot compare it to relationships. Like, you cannot create a standard for a relationship. Every relationship is going to be different from another.
Well, it should be, yes.
Yeah, it should be.
Anyway, this is a fun place. This is why I like doing stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work at a bars before that, spaces I rented, and I was using a bar up the street and I had a conflict with the management. And I just said to the audience, "To hell with it, come down to my place, I'll show it to you there." And they walked in and said, "We like this." I said, "You like it?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "Good, this is where it'll be." This is why I do stuff here.
It's fantastic.
It's more fun, yeah.
It's a great idea.
Cheers.
This reminds me of Daniel, actually. Vanessa's
Yeah,
husband. Yeah.
Yeah. You, I don't know if you know him. It's
Yeah.
like the.
The owner of Icer Cinema.
Yeah, no, I'm before him, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
His place reminds me like the stuff he does in
Mhm.
his own context, of course.
mhm.
But the things like he likes to do in his store. So yeah, reminds me of him.
Well, I'm gonna say good night and send you all on your way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
Thank
you.
to bed. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah.
No,